know the answer.
You will feel jealous.
Matt, no, I wouldn't. I've never felt jealous of that.
You have jealousy? We have Sugar Daddy and Matilda. What we have?
Wow.
Adnan,
What?
I will break your face.
You're 20, you're shooting and you're in a chair. But didn't want to say it like this.
Because I was a hard-headed young man like you.
Because you didn't following a religion, didn't following a God.
I followed my hard head like you.
Life. Nobody shouldn't give me a...
Oh, baby, hold up now. That's some serious drama flying around. And while Brian might have earned Ingrid's wrath, let's be real, he probably did. What did Adnan do to catch those strays? And don't even get me started on Vanya. What's she done to deserve all that shade and disrespect?
Wow.
Wow.
What did he do to Adnan to push him all the way to the edge like that?
Adnan,
What?
I will break your face. Oof.
Niles, calm down.
Baby, I never thought I'd see the day I'd be low-key shook by Niles, but here we are. Now, before we dive into what made him snap, let's hit rewind real quick. Last time we saw Tiger Lily and Adnan, it was a whole mess. Sis was stressed about her coins after her husband handed his brother power of attorney. And let's not forget Adnan trying to strong-arm his pregnant wife with those visa meeting threats, basically saying, drop it or I'm out. But fast forward to today's tell-all, and they strut into that studio looking like they just stepped off the New York Fashion Week red carpet, glossy, shiny, and acting like they ain't got a care in the world.
I love to living here in US, in Texas, and I'm with my wife. Going to fishing, going to drive the cars, do everything.
Grindin', hustlin', living the American dream. Yeah, okay. Something tells me job hunting ain't exactly on his agenda. Must be really nice to have a sugar mama footing the bill while you just vibe. But speaking of finances, it looks like Adnan's bark was worse than his bite. Those threats, just empty words. Now he's out here in the States, living it up like he's on vacation. But don't get it twisted. Both he and Tiger Lily know today's tell-all is about to be a whole battlefield. They're walking in knowing the rest of the cast is ready to sit in judgment.
I don't know if they gonna be jealous or negative or something, but I will respect anyone would respect me. But anyone didn't want to respect me, we'll see same.
Nan's idea of disrespect is as wide open as a double-door entrance at a mansion. It could mean anything, real shade, or just someone daring to have their own opinion. And if I had to put my money on who's gonna clash with him, it's gotta be the queen of bold independence herself, Vanya. She's not about to back down for nobody.
I have a thing for men telling women what to do, how to behave, how to dress. It just seems very demeaning, very, I'm the man, I'm the boss, and you're gonna do as I say.
Oh, I can already feel the tension brewing. These two are definitely on a collision course. But for now, the tell-all kicks off on a surprisingly cheerful note. Turns out Adnan's visa and him making it to the States isn't the only good news this couple's serving. They proudly dropped the bombshell that their gorgeous baby boy arrived just 6 weeks ago. And honey, you can't help but smile at that.
Oh, Bobby! So cute! Ah, Bobby and Daddy.
Very sweet, very sweet.
I love you, Bobby!
Adnan is absolutely beaming about being a dad. And let's hope he keeps the same energy when it comes to helping Tiger Lily raise their son. Who knows, maybe their home life won't be as chaotic as they've made it sound. Now, as the tell-all rolls on, both of them stay real quiet during Lauren's segment. It's giving, we don't want that kind of drama. And the tea? Adnan straight up refused to shake Lauren's hand backstage, mumbling something about not wanting to catch a disease. But when it's Vanya's turn in the hot seat, Adnan suddenly perks up and jumps to her defense. Not once, but repeatedly.
She's a woman, like a nice one. Why you not having feelings to her, to like cuddle her, or kiss her, or to be nice with her? I don't know.
Insane.
What is the reason?
Insane.
What is the reason?
Now let me tell you why this is a big deal. Adnan's out here doing the absolute most to defend Vanya, practically bending over backward. But when that same energy doesn't come back his way later, which we'll get into, that cuts him deep. Still, for all his lighthearted antics while the spotlight's on someone else, the vibe shifts the second it lands on him and Tiger Lily. You can see it. His whole demeanor flips like a switch. So, how's everything with you two? Sean asks, diving right in. Last time we saw y'all, there was all that drama over the power of attorney thing. How'd that pan out?
Adnan took back the power of attorney.
He did.
Yeah, so Thayer does not have power of attorney anymore, so that's good.
Adnan just hits us with the biggest eye roll, and it's painfully obvious his whole vibe is, yeah, I gave in, but I shouldn't have had to. He's sitting there like, look at me, being the bigger man for my wife's sake. The energy is dripping with self-righteousness. He explains that giving his manager control of his finances back home Would have been a smart move because, get this, he has business interests. What are these mysterious interests? Child, your guess is as good as mine. Maybe he's talking about his modeling gigs? But Tiger Lily jumps in real quick to clarify. Adnan's brother's power of attorney wasn't just about that. It was much broader, giving him control over a lot more than Adnan lets on.
If it was limited to business only,
It was
then I
not
can see,
limited.
but if it was
He can
It
do
was
everything.
everything. He could act as him.
That's not okay.
They're out here fighting over a decision that could have cost Tiger Lily big time. Yet somehow, here they are, holding hands with Tiger Lily, flashing that huge, almost too perfect smile. Am I the one being shady? Or are they seriously trying to sell us on this perfect marriage? When Sean brings up how wild it was for them to get married the very first day they met, hello? Suddenly, it's crystal clear, like we needed more proof that Tiger Lily might have a few screws loose.
You didn't feel it was necessary to find out what this man was like in person for a while before you got married.
Yeah, I didn't need to.
But then, baby, things take a turn. The moment Vanya dares to suggest maybe they should have waited longer before having a baby, Adnan completely flips the script. He goes from cracking jokes about Bozo not being into Vanya to full-on disrespecting her. He starts cutting her off and snapping at her, all because she had the nerve to voice an opinion. An opinion that, honestly, we all kind of share.
Time alone without having a new baby, so that you can dedicate more time to each other at the beginning. Or can I finish my sentence?
Why?
And oh, it does not stop there, honey. Adnan's behavior takes a nosedive from bad to worse. So when they replay that clip where Adnan calls Tiger Lily small-minded, Vanya's quick to react. But baby, as soon as she starts talking, Adnan straight up starts mocking her. Like, for real. It's so obvious it's a deflection move. He's scrambling to shift the focus off that clip and trying to belittle anyone who dares speak up about it.
And he's demeaning her. Look, he's like bobbling his head right now. That's unnecessary. I think this is
the worst relationship I've seen in all my life.
No.
But wait, look at Tiger Lily's reaction. She's just watched her husband call her small-minded, just saw him clowning another woman, and yet, what does she do? Sit there like a statue, dead silent. She lets him run wild while she does nothing.
Baby, your mind is so small.
Wow.
Wow.
It's up to the rest of the cast to start calling Adnan out, pointing out all his controlling tendencies that Tiger Lily herself has already raised concerns about. But here's the kicker. Now that her man's right there beside her, suddenly she's mute. No words, not a peep. It's got everyone in the room looking side-eye, wondering what's really going on behind the scenes.
She's been beaten down, so she's accepting where she is now. It just looks like he's dismissing her emotions and the things that she's going through, because this is obviously a very big change for her.
Adnan's comeback to all this heat is that they're happy because they've found a compromise. Now, I don't usually give this man the benefit of the doubt, but okay, in his defense, there's some truth to that. We've actually seen it. Like with the whole swimwear drama. When Tiger Lily wasn't feeling her swimsuit, Adnan did end up adjusting his. And let's not forget how when she wasn't cool with not being able to hug or shake hands with male friends anymore, Adnan made changes too. So while it's not exactly smooth sailing, there's been some attempt at meeting in the middle.
Do you have him cover up more?
He does. He changed everything by himself. He doesn't see female doctors. He doesn't, shake hands with girls.
I mean, the same goes for the power of attorney situation. You can't deny that Adnan does make some compromises. He's not all hard-headed, even though I'm definitely not about to crown him as the saint here. But he does bend a lot more than, say, Mahmoud ever did, that's for sure. Still, let's keep it real. By every standard, Adnan's behavior still screams controlling. And the rest of the cast? Oh, they're not just gonna let that slide. They're not ready to drop the subject, not even a little bit. They're pressing him, and rightfully so.
You have to be like a man, controlling.
What does a man mean, being a man? That means that you have to put your woman in her place? Is that what that means?
No.
You tell her what to do and how to be?
Now, Tiger Lily's silence here? Ooh, it speaks volumes. There's really two ways to look at it. Interpretation number one. Maybe it's just not that deep. Maybe her blank stare is because, well, there ain't much going on up there right now. Or interpretation number two, the one the rest of the cast is all thinking. Maybe Tiger Lily's actually agreeing with Vanya. Maybe she hasn't spoken up, hasn't defended her husband, because deep down she's on the same page as everyone else. But here's the kicker. Maybe she's just been told to zip it. So the question on everyone's mind, does Adnan have Tiger Lily on a tight leash, keeping her quiet? The cast is definitely wondering.
Adnan, it's killing you to let Tiger Lily talk, isn't it? It's killing you to let her speak for herself.
You can see it now. Adnan's starting to feel that heat. The way the cast is viewing him, the whole controlling narrative, is really starting to rub him the wrong way. He's visibly getting offended. Like it's really starting to get under his skin that everyone thinks he's the one pulling the strings on what his wife can or can't say. And trust, this is something we'll circle back to, because it becomes super important later. But hold up, right at this moment, they hit us with a previously unaired scene, and baby, it flips the script. In this scene, Adnan's mom is sitting down with Tiger Lily, and she makes it absolutely clear. She expects Adnan to respect women. She says it loud and clear, like there's no ambiguity. She didn't raise him to follow oppressive rules. Oof, that changes the game a bit, doesn't it?
ما في قوانين لأني أنا وعدنان أو أنا أي حدا من أولادي ما بسمح لهم إنهم يضطهدوا زوجاتهم.
Go Adnan's mom. That's a great moment to hear, and it does give us some insight into how he was raised. But, and this is a big but, it's one thing to say it and another to live it. We can't ignore that Adnan's actions don't exactly match up with his mom's words. She may have raised him to respect women, but honey, those rules ain't exactly the ones he's following. Just look at how he and his brother both seem to have plenty to say about how Tiger Lily acts or dresses. So clearly mama's influence only goes so far. Now, here's where things get a little messy. As we watch this clip, Adnan's trying to clear up the situation, claiming there was a mistake in the translation. The subtitles don't reflect what my mom actually said, he says, but instead of taking responsibility for his actions, he's sitting there quibbling over the meaning of one word. And let me tell you, while he's busy spinning that narrative, Niles, he's getting more and more triggered by Adnan's antics. The tension is building, and you can feel it in the air.
That's اضطهاد.
Okay,
What's
so
mean
everybody else is
اضطهاد?
wrong,
Not
but not
controlling.
you.
Not
Everyone
controlling.
else is wrong, but not
هو
you,
in
right?
Arabic. You understand Arabic?
Adnan is out here picking fights with literally everyone on the cast today. And Niles, he's all for it, ready to rise to the challenge. Honestly, I think Niles is fully embracing his villain era this time around. He's been on one from the moment this episode kicked off, and you can tell he's not holding back. The energy is wild.
Today, we're gonna be seeing some couples that I told you my opinion about them already.
Brian. Yes, sir. Huh?
Lauren.
That's right.
Tiger Lily.
No! I was tapping on my leg for a minute. I was tapping on the
Lauren,
table.
I think you know
exactly how that looks.
When Sean throws out that question to the group, asking if anyone thinks Adnan sees Tiger Lily as his equal, Niles can't help but burst out laughing like it's the most ridiculous thing he's ever heard. He's giving full-on, that's cute but no energy, making it clear he's not buying it for a second. You can just feel the shade radiating from him as he laughs it off.
Who here thinks that Adnan considers Tiger Lily his equal? No one?
Even Joe, who's been playing it pretty cool up until now, speaks up and points out that he thinks Tiger Lily's been tiptoeing around every word she says, worried about saying something wrong and ticking off Adnan. At this, Adnan has had enough. He's done with this whole controlling narrative, and he snaps, "You all think I'm controlling what my wife says? Fine. How about I just leave? I'll walk off and you can all question her." And with that, he storms off, but not without issuing yet another threat before he exits. Now that Adnan's gone, the focus shifts to Tiger Lily, and the rest of the cast starts probing, trying to get her to admit that he's controlling. But here's the thing. While they all think they're playing savior, the truth is, Tiger Lily doesn't want to be saved. She's complicit in all of this, totally comfortable with how things are going. She's not bothered by it at all. And of all the things the cast could be discussing, trust creepy Brian to make a comment about what Tiger Lily's wearing. 6 weeks postpartum, no less. He expects her to be rocking a tight dress or something. Classic Brian, showing zero tact. But hold up, Tiger Lily actually shuts that down real quick. She clarifies, "If I wanted to wear a tight dress, I could. I've worn them before, and Adnan's been fine with it." And just like that, when the cast realizes she's doing exactly what she wants to do, no one has a leg to stand on anymore. The questioning ends there. So, they all take a quick break from filming, and behind the scenes, you know Adnan is waiting, eager, no, desperate, to hear what's been said about him.
Be careful. If anybody say any he will be in trouble with me. Okay, say answer to them.
So there's control right there.
Because you're thinking she's scared from me.
Oh honey, Adnan is laying it on thick, isn't he? Hi my love, hi my sweetie, hi my angel, hi my princess, hi my queen. It's giving way too much. And yeah, it's got me wondering, is he nervous about what's been said about him? Is he love-bombing Tiger Lily to smooth things over? Or is he just trying to turn on the charm so hard that if anyone's been talking mess about him, it won't matter? Classic move, right? But Tiger Lily? She's quick to reassure him that nothing bad has been said about him. So for now, he can breathe easy. But hold up. While she's off getting her hair touched up, Adnan decides to roll up on the rest of the cast, and he's got a mission. He wants to know exactly what their problem is with him and his marriage. He's got that "what's your issue" energy. And when Brian, of all people, takes the bait and throws in a little shade, saying Adnan is very stubborn, and maybe it's because of his age, oh baby, Adnan flips. He's done. "Who the hell do you think you are to judge me?" He spits at Brian, and I'm just sitting here like, Oh, this is about to get real.
Your outfit's beautiful, but you're like a hair away from a burqa.
You guys know I just had a baby.
Right, so
I'm not like 100% comfortable with myself.
You're right. Adnan does have a point in that Brian definitely isn't the one to be throwing stones, especially with his own issues. But the way Adnan delivers that message, absolutely brutal. It's like he's channeling all of his frustration into that one line, and it's completely out of line. I mean, who does he think he is? And then he takes it to a whole other level by linking it back to religion, trying to imply that Brian is in a wheelchair because God is punishing him. Like, excuse me? That's crossing a line, and there's no excuse for that kind of talk. He has no right to say something like that, period. And here's the kicker. It's so ironic, because in trying to defend himself from being called stubborn and hard-headed, Adnan just proves he is exactly that. He's digging himself into a deeper hole with every word he says. It's like, boy, you're making your point, but at what cost?
Hi, my life. Hi, my love. Hi, my sweetie. Hi, my angel. Hi, my princess. Hi, my queen. What do you say to them? What do you tell them?
You're right. Adnan does have a point in that Brian definitely isn't the one to be throwing stones, especially with his own issues. But the way Adnan delivers that message, absolutely brutal. It's like he's channeling all of his frustration into that one line, and it's completely out of line. I mean, who does he think he is? And then he takes it to a whole other level by linking it back to religion, trying to imply that Brian is in a wheelchair because God is punishing him. Like, excuse me? That's crossing a line, and there's no excuse for that kind of talk. He has no right to say something like that, period. And here's the kicker. It's so ironic, because in trying to defend himself from being called stubborn and hard-headed, Adnan just proves he is exactly that. He's digging himself into a deeper hole with every word he says. It's like, boy, you're making your point, but at what cost?
You're 20, you're shooting, and you are in a chair. But didn't want to say it like this.
Because I was a hard-headed young man like you.
Because you didn't following a religion, didn't following a God.
I followed my hard head like you.
Life. Nobody shouldn't give me
When Adnan said he wasn't going to hold back anymore, he wasn't playing. He meant it. Adnan goes straight for the jugular, launching a personal attack on Brian, trying to shift focus and detract from any valid points Brian made about his stubbornness and hard-headedness. It's like, instead of facing the facts, Adnan spins this narrative where Brian's telling him to go out drinking, do drugs, and cheat on his wife. Where did that come from? He's completely misrepresenting the situation and trying to twist it to fit his own story. Now, you just know Niles isn't going to let this slide. He wants to have his say, so he raises his voice to try and get Adnan's attention. But oh, he just unknowingly becomes Adnan's next target. Like, Adnan's whole vibe shifts, and now it's all about Niles and Matilda. He's like, hey Matilda, Niles has been coming at me for being controlling, but tell me, does Niles ever get jealous if you don't dress modestly? And you can just feel the setup here. You know Matilda's gonna say, no, he's not jealous. Like, this is a setup moment, and you can just feel it brewing. Adnan's out here trying to throw everyone off their game.
I'm not listening. I know my life. How is it? Bull getting out from your mouth. All of you. Goodbye. Nice to meet you.
Taking it personal, bro, and you shouldn't.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I didn't have a time. Thank you so much.
Adnan's little move caught Niles off guard, for sure. He's clearly feeling undermined and embarrassed. Like Adnan just hit him with a sucker punch. And now he's trying to process it. But of course, Adnan isn't finished yet. Oh no, he's got one more final jab to throw. This time about Niles and Matilda's relationship. And baby, that one lands like a bomb. It's safe to say that Niles does not take it well at all. His reaction? Wild. I mean, it's like he's been waiting for the moment to pop off, and now it's happening. His whole demeanor flips, and it's clear. He's done with Adnan's antics. You can see the tension in the air as it goes from playful to real quick. Adnan definitely underestimated how far Niles would go when pushed.
I didn't want to do something problem. I didn't want to kill anybody today, okay?
Who cares what they think? It doesn't bother me. It shouldn't bother you.
I didn't want to take his advice because his advice is not to care about his family. He going, hang out, take drugs, drinking, coming back to house, drinking, going to cheating with his wife.
That reaction from Niles? Completely unacceptable. I mean, everybody's shocked, shook. Because that didn't just cross the line, it ran a mile over it. Yes, Adnan was being a total jerk and really getting under Niles' skin. But there's never an excuse for resorting to violence. It makes you pause and really think, right? For all the talk at the beginning of the season about how Matilda had anger issues, it's looking more and more like Niles has the real short fuse. He just snapped, and now everyone's left looking at him differently, And of course the episode ends there, just leaves you hanging. But based on that teaser for the next episode, oh baby, we're just getting started. The drama's only heating up, and it's clear this is far from over. This show knows how to keep us coming back for more.